was my Ireland mug. If you want to go ahead and check out that one video, I put it on, I think I posted it on St. Patrick's Day, so you can see that mug in that one. But this mug, actually, I got this one in Paris. So, back in the day, when I was in a youth orchestra. I played the violin, but I was also in a quartet at the music institution I went to. So, our quartet had a patron, so somebody who paid for everything, and he decided that he wanted to take us and his other quartet to Europe, particularly France. So we, the quartet and I, along with a couple other groups, got to go to Paris and Lyon, where we had two sister youth orchestras. Now this mug, it looks very, very touristy, and that's because it is. I highly doubt this was made in France. So I got it from one of the vendors on the side of the road. Just, for fun. I have used it, but it's mostly decoration. But I thought it was so cute because it had this little spoon, and it says Paris on it. So. Anyway, that was a fun trip. That was a little loud, sorry. So, the next one, let me look. Yeah. So you've probably seen this one before. In fact, I'm pretty sure you've seen it before. This was my very first mug I bought in college. So I have this tradition of buying a mug for every year that I'm in college. So I go to Anthropology, the store, and I buy an Anthropology mug. And I love this mug even now. I love the design of it. Look at how cute it is. And red's my favorite color, so. And it's even decorated on the inside, and it's got a little flower right here. It's so cute. Anyway, so my very first year of college, and it just kind of reminds me of how I was freshman year, because when I first entered freshman year, I was excited, and I don't know, I was very decorative. My fashion was not very good, and I wore bright red lipstick every single day. I don't think I've really worn lipstick in a couple years. Every time I put it on, I just feel like it makes my lips look really small now, so I don't really wear lipstick anymore. But I loved it so much that I was like, wow, yeah, this will make a statement, and it definitely did. So that's that one. Now for my second year of college, a little bit more toned down, but still red, and it has a peacock on it. I don't know if you can. Also from Anthropology. Like I said, it's a tradition for me to buy a mug from Anthropology every year of college, so by the time I'm officially done with college, including grad school, I'm gonna have a lot of mugs. My kitchen is gonna be completely furnished all the time. I was kind of growing out of it and going more into pinks and nudes, or nude pinks. I can't wear nude lipstick completely because look at me. Also, side note, my older sister hates glass tapping, especially with long nails like this, but it's good for ASMR, so I'll just tell her not to watch this one. And I think I've said this before in a different video, but I love how just by like turning a mug or turning like an object or like pressing your hand on it or anything can change the tapping. Alright, third year. I think this was my third year. I think there was 1 year where I didn't get an anthropology mug. I know why. That's fourth year. This is third year. This has to be. So, my junior year of college. It says, "Today I choose happiness." This was actually given to me as a present by my ex-boyfriend. We're not dating anymore, but we are still friends, so it was a very amicable breakup. So we're good right now. We still talk sometimes, but he gave this mug to me because I was feeling. This is when I kind of started getting like deeper depression. My junior year I was very, very bent on getting A's, and not just A's. I wanted to be the top of the class. So I would isolate myself and study in my room for eternity. And you know, I did get good grades. I got really high grades that year. Probably the best I've ever done. But doing that also comes with a price. At least for me it did. I had no friends except for my boyfriend. I was very depressed all the time. I was just obsessed with getting good grades, and you know, it wasn't a good atmosphere, and it got to the point where I wasn't eating again. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but back in high school I kind of had a little bit of an eating disorder where I wouldn't eat just in general, and I lost a lot of weight and I got really sick. Not from, well, I think not eating contributed to it, but that wasn't why I landed in the hospital. But this time I wasn't eating, my immune system was down. I landed in the hospital again during finals week, I think, and it was a horrible situation. So but I got good grades. So after that I kind of like really looked back at my life, looked like into myself, and I'm like, this isn't healthy. Like, yes, I'm getting good grades, but this price that I'm paying for with my health and my social life, I know people are like, oh, you don't need a social life, but like for me as an extrovert with social anxiety, but still an extrovert, I need to be around people, and it wasn't healthy for me to not have friends other than my boyfriend. It made me a very bitter, unhappy person, and I don't like who I was during that year. So I didn't do the best academically the next year, but I did okay, and I stayed healthy, and I got friends, and was a very, it was probably the most happy year I've had at school, so that was great. Alright, fourth year, happy year. This one, I love this one. It's blue with little gold flakes all over it. Also from anthropology. And it's got a gold rim. So this was my fourth year of college, and it was a pretty good year. I loved my roommate. She's great. She still is great, but she was great. We got along really well, and as you can see, the style has toned down a bit. So my style by the end, my senior year, was very toned down. I stopped wearing lipstick altogether. My eye makeup was, yeah, I kind of stopped wearing a lot of eye makeup too. The only thing loud about me was I dyed my hair red, so it was very, very red the first semester of my senior year, and personally, I loved it. I want to go back to red. My mom, not so much, but I think I'm going to at some point. It's got a nice fat handle. So this is more of like an artsy mug, and I was more of like I was very chill that year. First year of college being single. Well, okay, I was dating for a couple years, and then, this is my first year of single life, so I was like, whatever. I just kind of kept up that, whatever happens, happens attitude, and, so I ended up making a lot of friends that year, and it was great, and, the girls that I made friends with were really great, and it was a good experience because in my field, particularly the school that I went to, I didn't have, all of my classes consisted of me and a bunch of guys, so they're great too. The guys, we're friends, we were friends throughout, and they were great, but I didn't have any like girlfriends, so that year I was able to get outside my bubble and make more friends, and it was really, really good. And also, yes, that year my friend that has been my friend ever since I was little, we started hanging out again. She joined my major, and so we're both physics majors, or we both graduated with our physics degree. She's into meteorology now, and she's doing really great. But we hung out so much that year, and it was really nice. And it was really nice to have another girl in most of my classes. So yeah. Anyway, on to the other ones. I have a few more. Yes, okay, so also that same senior year, my mom collects Starbucks mugs a lot, and so I kind of got into the habit of collecting them for places that I've been to. I had a Florida mug. It said Florida on it, but I think it's packed away somewhere. I got one for my mom too, so she's got that one, but I packed away my Florida mug. So this one is Los Angeles, and this I got at the time when I went to that physics conference in March. It's called the APS March meeting. So I presented my work that I studied with Florida, University of South Florida. I presented my studies at that conference, and I was able to meet up with all the people that I worked with that summer, and it was really a great reunion time. I didn't get to see all of them, which kind of made me sad, but I got to see most of them, and it was so great being able to see everybody and just to be reminded of how much I love research and how much that summer was so great for me. And just, I don't know, I love working in a lab. I love like reading research papers and, writing lit reviews and writing all of my findings and stuff like that. That's stuff that I really enjoy, so it just kind of solidified solidified that I am on the right path for myself. Okay, New York. So this, I think my junior year, spring break, I went to New York City with my now ex-boyfriend and his family, and we got to see a show on Broadway. We got to see Josh Groban, who, I gotta say, side note, my crush when I was really little, not really little, but like little, was Josh Groban. We only listened to Josh Groban music, pretty much. I knew all of his songs, even the ones in the foreign language and stuff, and this is before I took voice lessons too. Even after I took voice lessons though, I was still like, I loved him, and yeah, so I was obsessed with him, and for a long time, for most of my childhood, I was in love with Josh Groban, and we went to the Broadway play, the Great Comet of 1812 or something like that, and he was in it, and he was like the main character, and he was singing, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's so much better he's even better in person than he is on his CDs. So it was so cool to watch him live, and if you ever see this, I love you. So that was like one of the highlights of that entire trip. Yeah. So anyway, that is all I